What's up, people? It's the Orca Well and the MJ, two people that love to suck dick. The MJ and the Orca Wells of the world coming to you. We're live, the King live right here again. Welcome, everybody. And I have to tell you, this fucking Orca Whale, the drunkard Orca Whale, the one that keeps going and going and going and never stops, tanking to the bottom. The last thing she needs to be is in a relationship, folks. The very last thing she needs is a relationship. Her and that fucking whore over there they call MJ. King Camillo live once again over here, folks. And we're touching it down. We're touching it to the basis. The Orca Whale. The Orca Whale that will never ever have another relationship again. The fat, ugly Orca Whale that cries on streams with her crocodile tears that we're supposed to feel sorry for her. Even birds don't want to come around to the Orca Whale. The Orca Whale is nothing. And right here, King Camilla is telling you like it is. I'm still fucking livid that Nuda spent them years with that fucking Orca Whale and that fake fucking relationship. And MJ, who's sucking patrons behind the scenes over there, serving her fucking bar. We need to find out more about this fucking MJ woman. We're going to go on tour and find out about them. And Seasons, don't threaten me with Lolly or I'll show your kids again. I'll put it all over everywhere. I'll make your life so miserable, you fucking whore, you. King Camillo live right now. We're talking about the whores of YouTube. The whores of YouTube, folks. And right now, I'm naming two of them right now. The drunkard, the devil. Seasons is a devil. The cowardly lion, her and Bergs will make the perfect relationship. I told Bergs, you're two-timing with the fucking Seasons. These are sick people. Sick, sick, sick. And how you could go over there, how anybody could go over there. Crab, you're on the list to begin with. Don't get me wrong, Crab. We're coming and doing some crabbing over there. You're number one on the list, Crab. You have every right to fear for your crabs. You have every right to fear because you know what I do with crabs? I put them in hot water. I put them in hot water and it feels like hell to the crabs. That's what I'm going to do to you, Crab. I'm coming. I'm going to prove to you. I'm going to prove to everybody you're not in the Bronx. You're all a fad, Sarah V. You're a fad and you're a fake. But the Orca Whale, Noodles is out having fun. You're the least thing on his mind anymore, Orca Whale. You're the least thing on his mind. And I got plenty of money from Lolly. Don't worry about it. In YouTube, I could say anything and get away with it. I can say anything, and what you believe is what you believe. It's nobody's business about Lolly and I. But I'll tell you what, Seasons, you want to hit below the belt, your kids go back up. Them rotten scoundrel kids, the retarded one and the other one, go back up. King Camillo live right here, better than ever. And Bergs, let me tell you something about you. You're a big, fat, ugly, goofy drunk, and you and Seasons make the perfect couple. The fucking perfect couple that need to be together. You and Seasons make the perfect couple while MJ's underneath the fucking tables over there giving blowjobs to the fucking guys over there at that raunchy bar she works with. To her patrons, giving fucking blowjobs underneath the table over there. And a rotten, nasty relationship that she's in. See, she can't even hold a marriage together, these people. They can't hold relationships. Birds of a feather. Birds of a feather cripple together. And that's what they are. They're bottom feeder low lives. Right here, King Camillo that don't hold back with the punches. He tells the truth like it is. Monetized, not like these other unmonetized channels running around over here. Seasons does this because she has nobody in her life. She's a psychopath. She has to do this kind of stuff. The king does this once in a while. He don't go on 12, 15, 20 hours. Nobody work. They don't work. Work. MJ just works to give blowjobs behind the fucking tables. That's all she does. Behind her husband's back. And Seasons is over there running around. And Seasons is over there running around without a man now. Nobody wants you, Seasons. Get it straight. You're a useless fucking hoe. You're a useless fucking hoe, Seasons. That's all you are. You have nobody now. Noodles moved on. It's Italian dinners and fancy restaurants for his new woman. You're lucky to ever have Burger King. You're not even the same level as this beautiful, beautiful woman that Noodles is with. This beautiful, petite looking young lady. Your time is up, over, and expired, Seasons. You're not good looking anymore. You're fat and ugly. And your parents need to be notified about your behavior. I think you need a welfare check. That's what I really think you need. Somebody needs to put a welfare check on you. King Camillo, alive and well, going full force over here again. Back to the old days. Back to the old days, Seasons. You know what that means. You don't have Noodles to hide behind anymore, do you, Seasons? You don't have Noodles to hide behind anymore. What are you going to do? What are you going to do now? I'll say anything I want. And you can't cry to anybody because nobody cares. The great Noodles doesn't care. You're a sleaze and a hoe and that fucking MJ. That fucking MJ. She's afraid to go live in her own fucking channel. She runs around, scaries, and gives head to everybody behind the fucking scenes. She don't work. She gives head. That's what her fucking job is. Here it is tonight. How come she's not working? She's busy on a fucking stream. You people don't work and have jobs. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's so terrible. So terrible what you people do. You're a devil. You're a devil, Seasons. You need to die. Fucking die, will you? Fucking die. Lolly should be alive. You should have died. All the fucking torturous ways you did to her. I hope you burn in hell, you and your fucking kids. Hey, Jeff Hulk. Seasons needs a burn in hell. You know, I am so glad Noodles got away from her. I am so glad about that. See, she ain't showing it right now, but don't worry. She's so weak and immature. She should cry. She should feel guilty. The way she treated that poor man who did so much for her. She treated him very, very badly. Very badly, she treated Noodles. And now she has to pay the price. There's a price to pay for how you treated Noodles. Break up. Get back together. Break up. It's like, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Gee, Magnus. He's a has-been too, Jeff Hogue. He's a has-been. You know, they come out once when they want to. He's on the chopping box. He's no holds bar anymore. I'm telling these people as it is. I'm not being nice to these people anymore. I'm going to expose them to who they are. The Orca Whale, MJ, all these people are going to get exposed for who they are. G Magnus is no longer a threat. Mark Terry, Bergs, they're all going to hear about it. The only one good around here is me. Well, bye. I mean, why would I care about G Magnus? Don't come up here and advertise for somebody else. All right, get the fuck out of here. Now, why would a King Camillo, why would a John Camillo want to go to a G Magnus's chat? I never did. Why would a John Camillo want to go over there? Why would greatness want to go over there? And I am greatness. This, this fucking orca whale, this fucking orca whale. Even Bergs don't even want to go over there anymore, and that's pretty fucking terrible. She hangs up the most grotesque. She has, she has the most grotesque group of characters I ever seen over there. That Ken guy and that fucking other weirdo over there. What's his name? Poon Handler. She'll never again rise to having anybody like Noodles again in her life. How does it feel if she might go on without a boyfriend the rest of her life? Did I not tell you she's gonna die a lonely old woman? I told you this a year ago. Am I ever wrong? Barely am I ever wrong with my predictions. She'll never have anybody else again in a long term relationship. She's too far gone. She's shot. Shot. She might get Bergs, but that's about it. She is the fattest, ugliest, evilest person I ever fucking seen. And in the meantime, you got MJ over there, her right hand's kick, sucking dick underneath the fucking bar counter. And that's exactly what they do. And I know, you'll listen to be piss and vinegar, full of piss and vinegar, and you're going to go back and tell them this and tell them that. All I'm doing is telling you the facts. She will never, ever have anybody like Noodles again. It's it. The train ride is open. All he did and everything that guy did for her. She's an alcoholic. Do you know what an alcoholic is? She's an alcoholic. She doesn't work. She lives with her parents. She comes with a lot of baggage. Two bratty kids. One's retarded. And that's her life. The nerve, the goal of her thinking she don't need a boyfriend. She needs psychological help. She actually needs psychological help. She needs help in a mental institution where they can help her. And I don't mean for 2 or 3 days. I'm talking about 6 months to a year in a mental institution. She needs to be intoxicated and get all that alcohol and drugs out of her system and rehabilitated. Then maybe, and if you lose about 50 pounds, she might be something. And MJ needs to keep them legs and fucking mouth shut instead of getting underneath that fucking bar and giving them heads to all these fucking patrons that come in over there that she waits and gets free drinks to and all that. We will find you, MJ. We will expose you. We are going to expose you. You're on the list. After the Cruddy Crab, you're on one of the lists, MJ. We're going to find out all about you, everything about you. We got Moose Knuckles working behind the scenes around the clock. We will find you and expose you. And then we want to know why you're allowed to go around giving blowjobs and behind the scenes. We want to interview with your husband. We're going to find you really, really good. Really, really good. King Camillo live here once again, folks. Often imitated, never duplicated, on the scene. And nothing against G, but why would a John Camillo want to go to a G Magnus stream? It don't make any sense. And that's just how it goes, folks. Seasons and Bergs makes a very, very good couple. I'm telling you, the girl, she's not going to, you know what's going to happen? Seasons isn't going to be able to find anybody else. So she's going to be lured by Bergs because she's going to find out nobody's going to go over there. Nobody's going to be near her. Seasons lives up there. When they find out her girth is 300 pounds, the only thing that'll make me happy is if I see her sit on MJ's face. Now that'll be happy. Can you imagine her sitting on MJ's face? Because they are lesbians. Why are you leaving, Jeff? Um, hey, Clipping. Seasons is an epitome of what is wrong with society. Season's parents did not raise her right. They raised her. I think Jeff Holt said hi, then bye. No, he was advertising over there that he's going to G Magnus's. I said, now why would a King Camillo, why would a John Camillo want to go over to a G Magnus's chat? And he said, okay, bye. He said, oh, G Magnus is live or something like that. I took the comment down. I said, now why would a John Camillo want to go over on a G Magnus's channel? Why? I've been too nice with these people. I'm not being nice with these people anymore. I'm calling them out for what I say. Seasons, you'll never ever have anybody else the rest of your life. Bergs, you'll never have anybody else the rest of your life. Your life as you know it is over. The party train is over. Okay. They can only have each other, and I think they should date each other. And then meanwhile, this MJ troublemaker is going around giving head underneath the fucking bar tables over there where she works, trying to act like she's Mother Teresa. Absolutely bizarre, these people are. They don't work, they don't do nothing, they don't take care of their kids, they never have. MJ thinks MJ the Jew is more about worried about money than she is about having a family and putting it together. Have you noticed that Kamishi resembles a basset hound? Yeah, she does. She does. I noticed Berkey Boy kept trying to compare himself to Noodles, saying he can do this and that better than Noodles. But then he says he doesn't want her. Yeah, right. No, they're in love with each other. Seasons, you have to put it in Season's head that she cannot get anybody better. Bergs is her perfect match. That's an equivalent. They both act the same. They're both alcoholics and drug addicts. They're both alcoholics and drug addicts. They both neglect family and kids. Of course, she's in love with him because she has to realize that's all she's going to get. Once she realizes she's going to get nobody else, she's going to have to acknowledge it. Everybody has to tell her, Seasons, you're in love with Bergs. In the meantime, while we're saying all this, MJ's going to run and start giving blowjobs underneath the counter where she works again. True, but I don't think she would. Well, she cannot get anybody better. Don't you understand? Who is ever going to take Seasons in besides Bergs? Alcoholics will stick together until Bergie Boy. Yeah, Bergie Boy has to put it, but Seasons will go with anybody. If Seasons finds out Bergs is going to inherit some money, you don't think that fucking Sleasons would be right there? If she thinks Bergs is going to inherit some money, she's Jewish too. She'll be right there. These Jewish people. In a heartbeat, Bergs is supposed to get a lot of money over there. See, you understand from inheritance. Inheritance money. So her ass is going to be right over there. She'll spread them for anybody. History teaches us. She has a lot of growing up to do. She needs to grow up. She has a lot of growing up to do. Break up, get back together. Break up, get back together. She's 40 fucking years old. You know what I mean? Her and MJ, it's not a cocksucking contest. I mean, what do you think his parents are worth? They ain't worth shit, if you ask my opinion of it. They ain't worth shit. Raising somebody like Bergs. Yeah, probably just over 100,000, I would say. But the Seasons, what does Seasons have to offer anybody? You know what I mean? Bergs is always comparing himself to Noodles. Bergs is mad. Bergs don't want anybody up there on panel but him when he goes up. He wants to control the panel. He's already teaching Seasons a lesson. See? And Seasons is already telling him, Bergs, you could change, you could lose weight and all that. Seasons actually would go with Bergs. I'm telling you. And I'd hope he murders her. You know what I mean? I would hope that Bergs would flip out one day in person and murder her. I would laugh my ass off. Well, if his parents weren't taking care of him, then us, the working people, would have to fuck that. I don't want to pay for him to eat and drink. You're paying for him. That dude is on welfare, man. Bergs is on welfare collecting a check. You don't know he's collecting checks and welfare and food stamps? He's collecting food stamps. They all are. Seasons is. He is. These fucking people need to be fucking flushed down the toilet, man. I mean, if they really needed it, I could see if somebody really needed it, but they don't need this fucking money. Look at these fucking alcoholics and drunks and drug addicts. They're on this fucking YouTube thing day and night, clipping and dipping. They're on this thing day and night while collecting money. It's sick. It's actually sick. Very sick. Very, very sick. Caesars don't have nobody to run and hide behind anymore without Noodles. I don't know what she's going to do. She better look the other cheek. And she knows, mentioning my name, kids go back up. Doxes go back up. That's how it works. I've been too nice to these people lately. I've been too nice. This is war. Seasons, you're getting no pass. You were very, very mean to Lolly. You caused a lot of problems with Lolly, and Lolly would want me to attack you. And I'm going to continue to attack you every single time. Every single time. You're going to be the topic. You and Bergs are the topic of the conversation. Losers. Two losers. They go, they get intoxicated. They need help. They don't need a relationship. They need help. MJ too. They all need help. They need more help than anybody could imagine. Seasons is in love with Bergs. Okay, she's psychologically in love with Bergs because they had the same traits. They had the same traits. And MJ, we got to find out. We got to find out where she works. From now on, it's detective. I'm doing detective work on these people. Bergs is a creep. Okay, Bergs is a creep. I have him blocked out. He cannot contact me. He has to ride my coattails. And in the morning, we're going to go live about this more in detail during prime time. Yeah, I'd say his parents have about 100,000, 150,000 tops. But seasons, I want her to go and put herself into an institution. Is what I want her to do. I want her immediately to put herself in an institution to get help. To get help, and don't relapse like that fucking Barbie girl did. She needs help, and YouTube's not going to give her the help she needs. She needs counseling. She needs the right direction, and hanging around with MJ that goes around giving head everywhere she goes isn't going to help her either. And MJ, you know it's true, and you're listening, and that's it. Seasons, oh, she don't have anybody to hang. She don't have anybody to run behind and hide behind anymore. Unmonetized, lost her monetization. She's nothing. She is nothing. She will be nothing. She's a loser. And the crab is visit number one. See, we're gonna do detective work, and we got to find out these people. We got to find out all about them from head to toe, head to toe. And yes, I won't stop. I won't stop talking about these people. I'm going to continue to talk about them until they get mental help that they need. I think they need mental help. I think they need mental help. And until they get the help they need, I don't care. I don't care if I have to talk to myself. They are going to hear about it. And they hear about it. I think season should just go and end it. That's what I think. Her and MJ need to just end things. Anyway, clipping and dipping. What's new with you? These people over here, this fucking Bergs is losing his fucking mind. That's for sure. Losing his fucking mind. And I go live in the morning when most people aren't sleeping, because normal people go to sleep around this time. The night crawlers are up here clipping and dipping. But Seasons and Bergs make the cutest couple. I'm telling you, they even look alike. That is the couple. That's the new power couple. Seasons and Bergs are the new power couple, and I think they need to be together. I think they share the same qualities, and that's what I think. Season's a very, very evil, evil, evil individual. Trust me, and that's why God pays her back, and she lives in a torment of hell where she's popping pills and drinking because she never found God in her life. You know, if you don't find God in your life somewhere, that's what happens, and it's just so terrible. I wish there was more I could do to help these people, but you can't. You can't help dumb. You can't help dumb, that's for sure. And you can never argue with somebody that's all hopped up on pills all the time, you know. I mean, I seen the woman neglect her kids for years. For years I seen her neglect her kids. The kid wanted a good breakfast. Here you go, kid. Pours him a thing of sugary sugar smacks and pours the water over there. Just think of all the time she went hanging on Noodle's nuts. And where did it ever get her? All that time she spent, all that time and energy for what? He made it quite clear he doesn't want her. He never did want her. From the beginning, he made it quite clear. You're just around. You're just a figment. You're nothing. Seasons, you're nothing. You're no better than MJ that gives blowjobs behind the fucking counters, underneath the counters at her bar, that raunchy bar she works at every night. She has to wipe her mouth and she steals money. God knows what she does. But it's a figment of your imagination. And Bergs and Seasons make the cutest couple, and they can relate to their alcoholism, to their drug use. And we need to tell Bergs how much psychologically that Seasons loves him. That way he'll stalk her. We want Bergs to start stalking Seasons, to go over there, compare himself to Noodles, and try to become like the savior. You know what I mean? That's what we need to do. And you got to convince everybody how MJ, the real MJ, her job. Look, MJ's job, Season's right hand slut, works at a bar. She works at a bar, and she meets some guys over there, you know, strange guys, and once in a while she likes one of them or two, and she gets blowjobs in the back. Comes out, wipes her face, and she goes back to work. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with, people. We're not dealing with normal people. We're dealing with sluts and cucks. But you got to convince Bergs. Maybe I should unblock him and convince him how much Seasons loves him and just don't want to admit it. She's playing hard to get. Seasons really loves Bergs. They could relate together. They could drink together. They could do drugs together. See? They make the power couple. That is the power couple right there. Seasons and Bergs. You got to convince Bergs. You know what I mean? You have to make him. You want the goal is to have them two meet and have Bergs flip out and actually physically harm Seasons. That's the goal. The goal is somehow get them to meet in person. And you know how birds would really kill somebody, a female, and have him get pissed off at Seasons in real life, and then have him put his big fat hands around her neck and strangle her to death. And that would be the highlight of that's the whole goal. And then he'll be thrown in prison, and you get rid of two birds with one stone. This is the goal I want to see played out. She is so obsessed she can't stop talking about him. She is in love with him. Don't you understand? She's really in love with him. They already had sex one time. Ask Bergs. He had sex with her way back 3 years ago, 4 years ago. But the goal is to get them to meet and have Bergs strangulate her to death. That's the goal. And I would love it. I would love to see that happen. Because Seasons is a devil. She is a devil. She looks like a devil in real life. Her actions are a devil. The way she treated Noodles is a devil. Everything about her is a devil. Don't you understand? She's a devil. And she is absolutely in love with Bergs. You know, she keeps flirting around with Bergs and flirting around with him. You flirt around with fire, you're going to get burned. And I love it. I love it. Bergs, the big, fat, aloof, cottage cheese looking, no good son of a bitch, fat, drunken Bergs. The nerve and the goal of this guy is so wrong in different ways. And she is obsessed and in love. Her rebound is with Bergs. You know, you're talking about somebody that would sleep with anybody. Noodles was the best thing she ever had. Before that, you should have seen the greasy looking guy she had. I mean, Seasons is about 235, 240 pounds, man. We're not talking about a sleek looking young girl. Her she's aging terrible, aging fat. She goes and gets fast food. And Bergs is all she can get. That's her perfect match. And I've been too fucking nice with these fucking people. Too fucking nice with them anymore. With the MJs and the Seasons. I'm going to find out where you work, MJ, and they're going to have to know about you giving blowjobs underneath the fucking counter. But first, Crab, you're on the fucking list to begin with, Crab, okay? Because Noodles and I are going to go and visit you. We are going to look for you. We're going to report about you and expose you. We are going to expose about you, Crab, number one. And Seasons, we get a good laugh at you behind the scenes. Noodles is so much up on top of things. And when we go on our double date, Noodles and I, to the fine restaurants of the great Pennsylvania, we're gonna be talking about you. I'm gonna bring you up. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna laugh about you, Seasons. The crab is going down. The goal is to have Bergs and Seasons meet up in real life, so Bergs will lose it and strangle Seasons. That is what I want to say. And The crab, Sandra Lee, the crab, who was a crab. You better be quiet and hide, because you know we're coming to expose your ass. They make the cutest couple, Bergs and Seasons. Seasons, you will never, ever, never, ever, ever find another Noodles again. And you have to consider that whether you want to keep living or not, or whether you just want to end it yourself. Because you'll never, ever find another Noodles again, Seasons. Never, ever, ever. Seasons and Bergs, they belong together. They belong together, and I want them together. And that's the bottom line. I am so disgraceful that I don't even want these people shouldn't even be around on this platform. Shouldn't be allowed on this platform. But the goal is to get Bergs and Seasons to meet up. We want them to match up. You know how miserable they would be together? We want them to be matched up. We want them to get together. We want Bergs to meet up with her and to strangle her. And I would be so happy and quaint. And we're going to talk about this more in the morning when I have all my fans over here in the morning, because it seems I have more people watching in the morning than I do over here at night, because the night crawlers are just that. They're night crawlers. And we're going to be talking about the Seasons Bergs, the MJ story, the Crab story, because Crab better watch out. You better watch out. You better not cry. And I'm telling you why. King Camillo's coming to the Bronx. And there's nothing you can do about it. I'm coming to the Bronx. And that, my friend, is it. Jesus has nobody protecting her anymore. Nobody whatsoever except for Burks. Who's going to protect her? What goofball up there is going to protect her? God, this girl just gives me the creeps. She's all what's wrong with a woman in today's society. All what is wrong with a woman is right there, all in the one. So, saying that, the king is going to retire, and we have a great show coming up in the morning. But all you night crawlers, understand one thing: the king is not laying up. We have a great show. It's going to be about seasons. I'm going to title it Seasons. We're going to talk about Bergs. We're going to talk about MJ. And we're going to talk about the crab.